In today's video, we'll discuss 5 NBA trades that must happen soon. But before we start, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Trade number 1. The New York Knicks send Immanuel Quickley and Evan Fournier to the Sacramento Kings for Harrison Barnes. First, let's discuss how the New York Knicks would benefit from this trade. Immanuel Quickley has had 2 decent seasons with the Knicks, but nothing really spectacular. And that's honestly not too surprising because it's not like he was a top 10 pick or anything. He was selected 25th overall in 2020. Nonetheless, he definitely makes the Knicks offense better. But other than free throw shooting, he doesn't do anything exceptionally well. Last season, he shot just 34% from 3 on 5 attempts per game, which was a significant drop from his rookie year where he shot 39%. So far, throughout his first 20 games in this season, he's shooting 32% from deep, which is not that great. And again, we're not saying he's a bad player or he has a negative impact on the team. The Knicks are in a win-now mode, and he doesn't fit that criteria as of late. As for trading Evan Fournier, he's just a very expendable player. He's a solid shooter with decent playmaking ability, but other than that, he doesn't do much else. He's a liability on defense, and for shooting and scoring, he's not doing that efficiently either. He's shooting 33% from 3 and 34% from the field. By no means is Evan a must-trade player for the Knicks, but if they feel they can make an upgrade at the position, they shouldn't hesitate to send him away. As far as the Knicks receiving Harrison Barnes, he's a perfect fit, and definitely their ideal player. Barnes is currently averaging 13 points and 5 rebounds while shooting 47% from the field and 28% from 3 on a few attempts per game. Yeah, 28% isn't that great, but it's still early in the season, and he shoots 37% for his career, so we wouldn't worry too much. He could be a nice piece off the bench, or he could even start for the Knicks. He's a proven winner and a fundamentally sound player who can adapt to any system. As for the Kings side of the trade, bringing in Immanuel Quickley will mean Kevin Huerter will have to move down to small forward, and you can have a De'Aaron Fox and Quickley backcourt. Or you can move him to the bench, where he would share minutes with Malik Monk and Terrence Davis. Honestly, their only problem, he would have to share minutes with Monk and Davis, who are playing pretty well as of right now. But this move would be more for the near future, given the fact that Quickley is only 23 years old with a lot of potential to grow. For the pickup of Fournier, he would give the Kings a boost from shooting behind the arc. And given that the Kings are 5th in the league in assists per game, he'll definitely get plenty of open looks. Trade number 2. The Indiana Pacers send Buddy Hield to the Los Angeles Lakers for Kendrick Nunn, Patrick Beverley, Wenyen Gabriel, and their 2027 first-round pick. With Russell Westbrook playing much better after coming off the bench, it's becoming more and more likely the Lakers will not trade him. And of course, the Lakers will not give up both of their first-round picks, so the chance of the Lakers getting both Miles Turner and Hield is probably over. But all isn't lost, and Buddy Hield is definitely still negotiable. Why would the Pacers want to trade away Buddy Hield, you might ask? Well, for starters, he's 29 years old, believe it or not, and will be 30 next month. So he and the Pacers' timeline don't really match up that well. Every key piece on the Pacers is pretty young. Halliburton is 22, Chris Duarte is 25, Isaiah Jackson is 20, Benedict Mathurin is 20, and Miles Turner is 26, just to name a few. But still, they aren't in a rush to get rid of him. Hield's averaging 17 points while shooting 39% from 3 on 10 attempts per game, and 43% from the field. So while they are shopping him on the market, they won't give him up for just anything in return. And that's where Nunn, Beverley, Gabriel, and the first-round pick come into play. Kendrick Nunn can be a really solid backup point or shooting guard. His ability to play on and off the ball will be very useful in Rick Carlisle's offense. And yes, we know he isn't off to the best start this season for the Lakers, but he's still far too talented just to write him off. Patrick Beverley will be a great voice in any locker room, and since the Pacers are a young team, he could definitely pursue the mentor role. That's not to say he can't be productive for him on the court. Even at 34 years old, he's still a really good defender, and given the Pacers are ranked 10th in points allowed, we think he would give them a great defensive backbone. And for Wenyen Gabriel, he would thrive in a young Pacers team. The 25-year-old brings great energy on both ends of the court. Again, he would just add to the team's depth. While they do have Miles Turner, Isaiah Jackson, and Jalen Smith as their big men, he could surely fight for 10 to 13 minutes a night. For the Lakers' perspective on this trade, it's no secret that the Lakers are arguably the worst shooting team in the NBA. So trading for Buddy Hield would work wonders for them. And with LA now having a pretty decent defense, it'll be much easier to hide Hield on that end of the floor. Trade number 3. The Milwaukee Bucks send Grayson Allen to the Phoenix Suns for Jay Crowder. Believe it or not, this might be the most beneficial trade on this list. The Bucks have arguably the best defense in the league, but here's why we say arguably. The Boston Celtics have more versatile defenders on their roster than any team in the NBA. Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Al Horford, Grant Williams, and Robert Williams are all capable of defending at least 3 positions, meaning they have numerous bodies to throw at the other team's best scorer. And other than Drew Holiday, which player could lock up scorers like Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Trae Young, Bradley Beal, and James Harden? The Bucks' second most versatile defender is Giannis, and he usually isn't tasked with defending the best scorers every game. So trading for Jay Crowder will give them an extra body they can throw at those elite scorers we mentioned. Crowder is one of the best 3-and-D players in the game, and plugging him into an already talented Milwaukee defense will increase their title chances. For the Suns, they get a really good 3-point shooter in Grayson Allen. He's currently shooting 40% from 3 on 4.5 attempts per game. And given that the Suns are already ranked 6th in 3-point shooting percentage, it sure wouldn't hurt to add on to that. Trade number 4. The Chicago Bulls send Patrick Williams and Tony Bradley to the Detroit Pistons for Alec Burks and Isaiah Livers. For the Chicago Bulls, this is certainly a must. They are in win-now mode, and they're trying to make a deep playoff run before DeMar DeRozan starts to regress. While Patrick Williams does have solid two-way potential, the Bulls are looking for more experienced veterans who are ready to contribute right now. Williams is averaging 9 points and 4 rebounds while shooting 48% from the field and 45% from 3 on 3 attempts per game. Sure, those numbers are good, but not the type of numbers you'd expect from a former 4th overall pick. As you know, the Eastern Conference is extremely competitive this year, and with Chicago missing Lonzo Ball, it's important they key in on depth. Alec Burks would give the Bulls another great scoring option on the second unit. He's currently averaging 16 points while shooting 43% from the field and 44% from 3 on 4.8 attempts per game for the Pistons. As for Isaiah Livers, he was really just added to the trade to match the salary, but he's still a productive player in his own right, averaging 5 points and 2 rebounds in 19 minutes. Now, what would Patrick Williams and Tony Bradley bring to the Pistons? Like we mentioned earlier, Patrick is only 21 years old, and the Pistons' main pieces like Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Stewart, and Sadiq Bey are all under the age of 24, meaning he definitely fits their timeline. And given the Pistons won't be a title-contending team for at least another 3 or 4 seasons, this gives Williams a ton of room to improve and get better. He could eventually develop into the Pistons' primary defensive stopper, while having a spot-up shooting role on the offensive end until he adds moves to his bag. Tony Bradley is someone you can play for about 8 to 10 minutes a night, and he'll get you rebounds and solid defense, but obviously Patrick Williams would be the main attraction in this trade. Trade number 5. The Atlanta Hawks send John Collins to the Phoenix Suns for Torrey Craig, Jay Crowder, Landry Shamet, and a 2023 first-round pick. The Hawks are looking to shake things up, and although they have a talented offense with Trae Young and DeJounte Murray running things, their defense is their main concern. They're ranked 22nd in points allowed and 16th in defensive rating. And given their conference rivals, the 76ers, Bucks, and Heat are all ranked in the top 10 of defense, it's crucial that they focus on beefing up their defense if they plan on having a deep playoff run. With this trade, they would certainly be improving their defense. Torrey Craig is 6'7" with a near 7-foot wingspan. He uses this length to affect shots at the rim as well as on the perimeter. He's also very tough and physical, which is much needed come playoff time. And on the offensive end, Craig is a really good spot-up shooter, shooting 40% from 3 so far this season. He's someone who would benefit on both ends of the court playing with Young and Murray. As for Crowder, we mentioned what he brings to the table earlier in this video, so having 2 experienced two-way players along with a sniper in Shamet would definitely increase the Hawks' chances in a loaded conference. For the Suns, they would be losing 2 good defenders, but they would still be keeping Mikal Bridges. And the Suns rely more on team defense than individual defense anyway, so their D shouldn't suffer as much. On the offensive end is where a player like John Collins would thrive. The Suns are a pick-and-roll centric team, and with Chris Paul running the point, John Collins will get 6 to 8 points a game from rolling to the basket for a lob or a strong finish. There you have it. That was our last and final trade suggestions. But before you go, let us give you a bonus trade scenario. And keep in mind, it's a bonus because it's very unlikely to happen, but still a possibility. The Golden State Warriors send Draymond Green to the Knicks for Cam Reddish, Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier, and a first-round pick. That's sure to rile some fans up. Let us know what you think of that scenario down below. Who do you think would win that trade? Did you enjoy the video? If so, hit the like button and subscribe to NBA Swish for more amazing NBA content just like this. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.